Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. The year 5 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League comes to you live from Atlanta, Fulton County Stadium, where the Atlanta Braves host the Arizona Diamondbacks in what should be a terrific pitching matchup here. Randy Johnson, the big unit, goes for the D-backs, who are pitching heavy, batting poor, and they take on Ronald Acuna Jr., Greg Maddux, and the Atlanta Braves. Acuna leads the FSBL in RBIs to this point in the season. He's driven in 26 already. And Maddux, Mad Dog, a perfect 4-0, a 1.59 ERA, leading the National League to this point. So the Braves have had a little bit of inconsistency in their rotation to this point, but Maddux has been stellar, and he will try to get this middle game of this 3-game set from the Diamondbacks here today. Starting off, facing Ender Inciarte, batting .287. First pitch fastball from Maddux, misses down and away. Braves in second place in the NL East, 12-9 behind the Mets, who lead the division, have gotten off to a good start. Inciarte slaps one to left for a base hit to start things off for Arizona.
Batting second, the first baseman, Pete Russo.
So that'll bring up Pete Runnels. Runnels batting .333 as Dwayne March checks in. How are you, Dwayne? Good to see you, buddy. Pitch out. Nothing on. 7 walks. Yeah, Mad Dog. Mad Dog's off to a good start. One and one the count. Count goes for 1 and 2. One's fouled off. One, 2 off. Tapper back to the mound. Maddux makes the play, throws the first, and there's one away.
Batting third, the right fielder.
Your Diamondbacks lineup, Inciarte, Runnels, and Sean Green, again acquired last year from the Blue Jays. Upton, Gregorius, and Johnson. Shang, Pollock, and Burns round things out. The D-backs have actually, I kind of have gone by history when I gave that introduction, but the D-backs are actually sixth in the National League in runs through these first 3 weeks or so of the season. They're kind of piecing it together. Not sure how long that'll last. Here's Green. Green batting .267. He came over in the deal last year at the trade deadline that sent Brian Anderson to the Blue Jays. Changed up, fouled off. There's a shot out in the center. There's a base hit. Falls in front of Murphy. Murph comes up throwing it. Great throw from Murph, who came up firing. And he guns down Inciarte at home to strike down the scoring opportunity from the Diamondbacks. Well done by Dale Murphy. So 2 down, the runner on first. Green misses an RBI opportunity. Here's Justin Upton. Upton is off to a terrific start, batting .369. 6 homers, 20 RBIs. Upton flying out of the gate. Don't expect that average to stay anywhere near that, but the run production can. Upton's got a decent power bat. He takes a high slider there from that. And the count is 0-2. And Maddux gets him with the slider. Fans him, and the side is retired. So we're midway through the first. Murphy cuts the run down at the plate. Diamondbacks come up empty. Braves will come back here to bat against Randy Johnson. Johnson 2-0, 3.49 to this point. That whip certainly high for Johnson. He's walked 12 in the 28 and a third. He's striking out a batter an inning per usual. He's also giving up a hit an inning, which is not usual. Here's Ronald Acuna, and Acuna off to a sensational start. 329. 8 homers, 26 RBIs, leading the National League in that category, as we mentioned. Johnson deals fastball, swung on and missed. Fastball swung on and missed again. Johnson bringing the heat up and in on Acuna. It's 1-2. Slider there is fouled up. Delivered. Fouled off again. Ooh, that's a nice splitter from Johnson. He doesn't get the call. It's 2-2. Ball's fouled up. Fouled off another. 8 pitches so far in this at bat. Good battle here. Johnson and Acuna to lead things off in the bottom of the first. Johnson delivers. Misses inside. And Simmons waits on deck for Atlanta. There's a shot. Just foul outside third. 10 pitches in this opening at bat. Johnson deals. Acuna fouls off another one. Johnson hitting triple digits there, but Acuna gets a piece. Do it again. Fly ball to left. Hooking foul to long run. Reeled in. Nice play. That's A.J. Pollock out there in left. So 12 pitch at bat, Johnson wins the lengthy battle. Your Braves lineup: Acuna, Simmons, and Murphy. Holmes, Carty, and Frazier. Powell, Crandall, and Cuccinello. Round things out for Atlanta. Simmons, 243, a homer, and 7 RBIs. Johnson delivers. Splitter. This is down low. That fastball misses up and away. It's 2-0. That shot is ripped by Simmons, deep but foul. Simmons put a charge into that one. Smacks that one, foul outside first. So the Braves battling Johnson here in these first 2 at bats. Acuna took 12 pitches. Simmons fouling one off there. Fouling a couple off, actually. Fastball misses up high. Dale Murphy waits on deck for Atlanta. A 3-2 offering. Misses down and in for ball 4. So Simmons draws the 1-out walk, and that'll bring up Murphy.
Batting third, the center fielder.
Murphy batting .269.
Murphy.
Ball in for a called strike. .269, 3 homers, 7 RBIs so far for Murphy. Throw over to first. Gets back in. Fastball misses down low. Johnson delivers. Slider is in for a called strike. It's 1-2. Fastball at the knees, strike 3. Murphy thought it was low. Johnson gets the call, and there's 2 away.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Tommy.
Ooh, that's a borderline pitch. That's a nice pitch from Johnson. 100 miles an hour on the black at the knees. So now it's Tommy Holmes. Holmes, the designated hitter, in there lefty-lefty against Johnson. Holmes with kind of reverse splits in his career in real life, and thus reverse splits here. 313, 3 homers, 10 RBI. Fastball misses up and in. 24 pitches so far in the opening frame for Johnson. This is down low. Johnson, fastball, splitter, slider. All coming in at high velocity. Fastball misses inside. Rico Cardi, who is off to a fine start, waits on deck. One from Johnson. Holmes, fly ball out to right. Green, that's Greener up. Green out there playing right field. Puts it away, and the side is retired. So the Braves are turned aside. We'll head to the top of the second here at Fulton County. Diamondbacks and Braves scoreless. So here's Didi Gregorius, 271, 3 homers, 8 RBI.
Number 18.
Yeah, misses outside. This is up high, 2-0. Gets the center. Delivers. Ball there is a ball and strike. 2-0 changeup. Maddux will pretty much throw whatever he wants on whatever count. See a lot of 2-0 changeups. Maddo confident enough in his command. Fly ball. Out to left center. It's a long run. Murphy will get over it. Puts it away for out number 1. Clee baseball fan, how are you, Tim? Good to see you, buddy. We'll find out Sunday if Murph finally gets in. Yeah, but I'd like to see him get in just to hear Braves fans stop whining about it. But no, I mean, I like Murph. I like Murph. I have no problem with Murphy getting in, especially relative to some other people who've gotten in. You know, Murph's peak wasn't all that long, but you've got guys who didn't achieve what Murphy did who are in the Hall. 1-1 the count. Maddux works to Johnson. Ball's fouled off. Johnny Bench and Larry Bird's birthday. That's quite tandem to share a birthday. Mentioned birthday. 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses up and in. Chopper down to third. Frazier picked it. Throws to first and gets him for the second out. No, I mean, if incessant whining is going to get somebody into the hall, it's going to be Don Mattingly. And obviously Mattingly's peak. Mattingly was a great player, but Mattingly played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. There would not be this call happening that Don Mattingly has to be a Hall of Famer. Fastball misses down and in. Fly ball out to center, shallow center. Cuccinello goes out, puts it in his pocket, and the side is retired. So Maddux cruises his way through the second. We head to the bottom half. Diamondbacks nothing, Braves nothing. Cardi, Frazier, and Powell due up for Atlanta. Bagwell and Thomas share birthday. Tim, our resident birthday historian. Here's Rico Cardi, 379, a homer and 3 RBI. Splitter. In for a called strike. Cameraman apparently fell down a flight of stairs there. Lost his balance. Hopefully he's okay. Cardi smacks one in the hole to the right side. There's a base hit. So Cardi continues his hot bat over the first 3 weeks. Pokes one through the hole on the right-hand side. And it's a leadoff single for the Braves. Greg Maddux checks in. How are you, buddy? Good to see you, sir. Hope you are well. So here's Todd Frazier. Frazier takes a slider. That looked low. Frazier, 243, 3 homers, 9 RBIs. Frazier and Ezra Sutton splitting third base duties. Braves have to sort out what to do with Bob Horner. Horner down in AAA at the moment. Has 3 homers, 10 RBIs down. But Horner, who has a solid rookie season, but has progressed each year in the FSBL. He had one, I think it was 2 years ago, he had a very good first half and then tailed off. And then last year, he had a bad first half and then played better in the second half. But Horner has not been able to put together a consistent season, and the Braves are seeing if somebody else can get the job done there. Splitter gets Frazier fishing.
Batting 7, the first baseman.
Down he goes. Johnson picks up the strikeout. So, one away, man on first. Here's Boo Powell. Powell batting .310. Powell acquired before last season in the trade that sent Mike Remlinger and somebody else who I'm not remembering right now to the Orioles. Powell fouls it off. One and one to count. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-2 offering from Johnson. Cardi on first. Gets Powell fishing. Fastball in the other batter's box, and Boog goes reaching.
Batting 8, the catcher, number 1.
Johnson can make you look silly, and as a lefty batting against Johnson, it's even worse. So here's Del Crandall. Crandall batting .273. Fastball fouled off. No homers, 3 RBIs. slider. Back foot slider. Crandall doesn't go chasing. Appreciate y'all tuning in for a little lunchtime baseball. Trying to squeeze this one in before work. I figured with Johnson and Maddux, probably have a quick game here. Figured I would try to slip it in, which means you know it's going 15 innings. But fastball there, fouled off. 1-2 the count. Chopper down to first. Kicked by Runnels, takes it to the bag himself. And the side is retired. So, we'll head to the third here at Fulton County. Unshockingly for Johnson and Maddux, no scores. We head to the third. Here's A.J. Pollock.
Leading off for the Diamondbacks, the left fielder.
Pollock, 205, a homer and 4 RBIs. Fastball, fouled off. Slider there, fouled off as well. So last night on the channel, the Legends Sports Universe Boxing Federation returned with the Bantamweight Championship Tournament semifinal matchups. If you are interested in tuning into that, for your pleasure. We'll have the junior featherweight matchups
Number 66.
either tomorrow or Friday. Manny Pacquiao will lead that card. Bobby Byrne not leading anything. 132, no homers, 2 RBIs. The leash might be short for Bobby Byrne at third base here in Arizona. Put the charge into that one, but way down. Tomorrow, planning to do the Week 9 Franchise Stars Football League game of the week between the Packers and the Browns. Down the right field line, and there's extra bases for Byrne. Acuna tracks it down in foul ground, but Byrne is on with a 1-out stand-up opposite field double, his third double of the year. And that'll get the order turned over for Arizona. In those LSBF tournament semifinal bouts, we're just going to work up from the bottom weight classes going high. Here's Ender Inciarte. Inciarte smacked a single to left his first time up. Slider on the outside corner, 0-2. Maddux field. Fastball fouled up. Not long playing third. Yeah, you're not going to put up those numbers at third base and last long. Although the Diamondbacks just, God, their offense stinks. They've got, I mean, they're scratching it together somehow this season so far offensively. They're actually producing some runs. But the minute any of those guys who are overperforming a bit right now go cold, I imagine that's gonna slide away from them. They really need Matt Williams' number to come up in the rookie draft in the worst way. Get a little something going there. But I mean, they traded Steve Finley. I'm trying to remember who they got in that deal. They traded Finley this offseason to the A's, actually. Again, not that Steve Finley is an offensive powerhouse, but in this Diamondbacks lineup, he was a heart of the order hitter. So it was for a pitcher, but I'm blanking on. It was 2 players. One was Jack Quinn, who was a very good old-time starter for the A's, but just no room for him at the end. He was on the year 1 stack. He won like 17 games. But then as the A's just kept on loading up with more and more great pitchers from their history, Quinn ended up being the odd man out, was down in the minors and was shipped to bring in Finley, who's now sharing time with Bill North out in Oakland. Maddux gets it through the third scoreless inning. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Tony Cuccinillo will lead it off for the Braves. 250, a homer, 4 RBIs. Far cry from Cuccinello's surprising year with the bat last year. An offensive breakout. Particularly a 2-month stretch where all of a sudden Tony Cuccinello was powering up. I think he ended up with almost 20 home runs last year, which is not who Cuccinello was. Cuccinello was a 10 to 13, 14 homer kind of guy, if I remember correctly. Fastball from Johnson misses away. And that was at his peak. So, I mean, he significantly outperformed his peak last season. Which is what made the Berger trade get Newt Allen in here such a questionable move, as Wayne and I have already discussed on multiple occasions. Just say didn't meet the block criteria, but that is a trade the Braves are going to regret, I think. Newt Allen is a fine little player, and Kelvin Herrera. I don't even know what Herrera is doing out of the Braves bullpen yet this year, actually. But they have a guy who's Berger has performed like to his peak real life seasons for 3 years now. Ground ball there to third. Cuccinello is set aside.
The right fielder, number 13, Ronald Yeo.
Order turns over. Here's Acuna. He's 0 for 1. Flew out his first time up after a 12 pitch at bat. Fastball there. Ooh. Don't know where that was. Apparently the ump didn't either. He called it a ball. Ball there, misses outside. It's 2-0. Fastball right down the middle there for Johnson. Randy is throwing hard here in this one. Hitting triple digits with fair regularity here in Atlanta today. Today game, as you can see by the sun. Fastball there, swung on and missed by Acuna, and the count goes full. Hey, see your standings around the league. Yankees on top of the AL East. The White Sox tied with the Indians atop the Central. Fastball from Johnson misses outside, so Acuna 12 pitches his first at bat. This time, he gets a quick pass down to first. Here's Andrelton Simmons, who walked his first time. Ball called strike. Simmons has lost some of his playing time to do that. Allen's been fine. I mean, and Allen is a terrific glove, but so is Simmons. Simmons has won, I believe, 2 Gold Gloves here in the FSBL. Fastball misses up high. You see the Braves trailing the Mets, the Expos in third. The Phillies have gotten off to a surprisingly cool start, only at 500. Don't expect that to last. And we're only 3 weeks into this 5th year of the FSBL. Throw over to first. Acuna dives back in. Johnson keeping an eye on it. Giants off to a scalding start in the NL West. They are 17-4. Giants knocked out in the postseason last year for the first time. They had won the first 3 National League pennants here in the FSBL. So the Cubs took them down last year. 2-2 the count as Johnson works to Simmons. Fastball off the plate. Count goes full. Dale Murphy waits on deck for Atlanta. Here's the 3-2 offering from Johnson. Simmons popped it. Shallow right field. Green gets there without any problem, puts it away for the second out.
The center fielder, number 3.
Dwayne, if you got any games going on your channel today, certainly let everybody know that. Murphy steps in. Murphy's 0 for 1. Splitter misses down low. Murphy 2 for 5 in yesterday's win in the opener. Pair of doubles. Ask Dwayne, even though Dwayne has stuff pretty much every day. Screaming Demon. Earns the moniker. 1-0 pitch, Johnson to Murphy. Splitter isn't there for a ball strike. And it's 1-1. Game 81 of the 78 Yankees we play. Revel in the Ron Guidry brilliance. One and two. It's Johnson works to Murphy. Ooh, good slider, but called high. It's 2-2. Delivers. Line shot. There's a base hit in the center for Murphy. Acuna will round second. He'll go first to third with no issue there. And the Braves have runners on the corners with 2 outs against Randy Johnson here in the bottom of the third.
Number 2, designated hitter.
Good piece of hitting there from Murphy. Johnson went away on him, and Murphy just poked it out there. So now it's Holmes. He's 0 for 1. Fastball to inside. Holmes flew out his first time. Delivers. Popped up. Gregorius a couple of steps onto the outfield grass. Puts it away. And the side is retired. So the Braves strand a pair. We're a third of the way through here at Fulton County. Diamondbacks nothing, Braves nothing as we head to the fourth. Here's Sean Green. Green singled his first time up. On a play where Dale Murphy threw out Ender Inciarte at the plate. Part of the order against Maddux here in the top of the fourth. First pitch misses up high. Delivers. That's ball down and in. Green pulls that one. Count goes to 2-1. Smack down to first, but right at Powell. Takes it to the bag himself for the first out.
Now batting, number 10.
Chad Green went to the White Sox in the Robin Ventura trade, Wayne. Yeah, it's Green and somebody else was in that deal. Not a major play. Green and somebody else for Ventura from the White Sox. Ventura so far has played well for the Yankees. Rockin' Robin, one of my favorite players. Love to visit that. Real good player and a good dude. Yeah, exactly. Not a bad deal then for both teams. Yeah, I mean, again, most of the trades I've found to be solid. The trade AI is certainly not perfect, but it's solid. But that burger trade was probably the worst one that anybody made this postseason. That one is charged out to left by Upton, going back onto his party. He's not going to get there, and he's going to watch it sail over the wall. Justin Upton jumps on that one from Maddux, his 7th home run of the year. And the Diamondbacks take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. So Upton continues his fine early start to the season. Diamondback squad really need him and Green to be lead dogs there. Did not clear the wall by much. 1-0 Arizona. Here's Gregorius.
Number 18.
Ball there is fouled off. Gregorius flew out his first time up. Pop foul down the left-hand side. That's a long run for Cardi. He's not going to get it. Smacked back up the middle, not hard. Simmons ranges to his left behind the bag, throws the first, nicely done by Andrelton Simmons for the second out.
The second baseman, Kelly Johnson.
So that'll bring up Kelly Johnson. Johnson rounded out his first time. Hey, seen on that scroll, one of the other names coming up that I just noticed as it came across. Rookie Nolan Arenado of the Rockies. I'll tell you, man, the Rockies have got most of their really good offensive guys. They just have to figure out how to acquire pitching. But I mean, they've got Walker, they've got Matt Holliday, they've got Carlos Gonzalez already, they've got Helton. Now they have Arenado. So they're offensively, they've got a lot of their best guys. Rockies just can't pitch. Maddux pushes something away. Change up, swung on and missed. And the side is retired. But Justin Upton goes deep for the Dbacks to break the scoreless tie. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-0 Arizona. So we head to the bottom of the 4th here. Randy Johnson now has a 1-run lead to deal with.
Number 43.
Rico Cardi will lead things off for the Braves. Smacked down to third. Picked by Byrne. Throws to first, and there's one away. Tim says for the Rockies, it's get Ubaldo Jimenez and trade for the rest of the staff. Well, and the thing is, the only other guy who they had who was solid, they had Pedro Estacio, and they traded Estacio to the Mariners for Dave Henderson. And Henderson has done a nice job for the Rockies, and he's a good center fielder and all, but, just the deal, it's almost like they just resigned themselves, but we're not going to pitch with teams anyway, so we may as well just try to do what we can to bludgeon them to death. But the Rockies score. They got to stop some other people from scoring. They have Jimenez. They have Jimenez, Darryl Kyle, Jeff Francis. And Jeff Francis probably would have turned into a good pitcher if he hadn't suffered all the injuries that he did. Jeff Francis had some damage, but Francis had really good stuff. He was a super big prospect. Fastball on the outside corner. Frazier goes down looking, and the unit has set the first two away in quick fashion here in the 4th. Ooh. Johnson gets the benefit of one there. Technically, a sliver of that baseball caught the black. So here's Booth Powell. Powell struck out his first time up. Bounced off the fastball. It's 0-1. Powell off to a very good start. 306, 6 homers, 15 RBIs. That average will set up, but Powell can keep those run production numbers up. Braves will be in good shape. 3 homers in his last 8 games. That'll certainly help. Johnson ahead of him 0-2 here, though. Slider down in the dirt. Powell will chase. Now looking at the Detroit Tigers, 7-13. The Tigers scored 8 runs in their first 8 games of the season. They just couldn't get anything going offensively out of the block. But that Central, nobody ever runs away with that division. So Tigers certainly have plenty of time to pick up some ground there. Fly ball out to right. Carrying fairly well, but it'll stay in the park. Green puts it away a couple steps in front of the warning track, and the side is retired. So we'll head to the 5th here at Fulton County. Dbacks holding a 1-0 lead. Shang, Pollock, and Byrne coming up for Arizona. Here is Wally Shang. He is 0 for 1.
Number 8.
Shang came over in that Steve Finley trade. Shang has been very good, batting .324. The Diamondbacks have gotten nothing out of catching since this league began. Dunked out in the left there. It's a base hit. So Shang sticks the bat head out and floats one out in the left. That's the second hit like that they've gotten.
Now batting.
Maddux will surely be frustrated with that one. Makes a good pitch, and it finds the grass. Here's Pollock. He's 0 for 1. Cutter. Captain, he gets the strike 1. For Padres, stink again at 6-14. Out in the right center. That's a long run for Murphy. It's slicing away from him. Back at the warning track, and Murphy makes the play. That ball was slicing more towards Acuna, but he kind of yielded to Murph, and Murphy stays with it and tracks it down in the gap. Nicely done by Dale Murphy. Murph, who had the big play earlier, throwing Inciarte out at the plate. Now makes a terrific grab heading into the gap. One away. Here's Burns doubled his last time. Fouled this one off to the right-hand side. Ground ball to short. Simmons to second for 1. On to first. Double play. That ball was not hit that hard, but Byrne also does not run that well. Nice quick turn there by Cuccinello on a good feed from Simmons. Double play ends the inning. We're midway through here in Atlanta. 1-0 Dbacks. Terrific pitcher's duel between Johnson and Matt. Here's Del Crandall. Crandall rounded out his first time.
The catcher, number 1.
Better on the outside corner. Smack down to third. Byrne dives, knocks it down. Crandall does not run well. Byrne reacts quickly, but Crandall gets down the line in time. Oh, you're not going to see too many infield singles for Del Crandall, but he picks one up here. Funny, I think it was Wayne actually I was talking with that about in the last broadcast. Some of the animation, that diving animation with the it was Todd B, maybe, he was in here. About like that dust, all the dirt kicking up when a guy dives. It's like Big Ben from Charlie Brown. Which maybe they've done away with that animation over the last 3 years. Again, this is show 22. 0-1 as Johnson works to Cuccinello. Fastball misses up high. Cuccinello started out ice cold. He's won a good bat for the last week, but as you see there, skies this one out to right. A little bit of carry on it, but Green is there. Puts it away for the first out.
The right fielder, number 13, Ronald.
So here's Acuna. Acuna 0 for 1. Walked his last time. Fastball misses down low. Acuna, of course, missed the second half of year 3 of the FSBL. Ooh, they say he went there. I don't know about that. Neither do the fans here in Atlanta. That was weird because that was year 3 of the FSBL was going on during the season where Acuna hurt his knee in real life. Missed the season too. Guys, this went out to left center. Put away by Inciarte for the second out.
Number 19.
So here's Simmons. He's 0 for 1. Walked back in the first. Slider in for a ball strike. Out of Curacao. Of course, the Braves wanted somebody out of Curacao. They could get Andrew Jones. Fastball swung on to Nick. Again, the Braves, so many big bats who have not joined the team yet here in the FSBL. Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, who I just mentioned, Eddie Matthews, obviously, Cameron Hank. They've got the pitching in place. Splitter misses away. Oh, ties him up. That is an unhittable pitch. 100 miles an hour in on the hand, protecting with 2 strikes. Simmons has nothing to show for it. We are through 5 here in Atlanta. The big unit is dealing, and the Diamondbacks are clinging to a 1-0 lead. So here's Inciarte to lead off the 6th. Again, appreciate you all tuning in for a little early afternoon franchise stars baseball. And bunt is foul. If I finish work early enough tonight, I may do that. That Packers-Browns franchise stars football game. I might do that tonight. Let's see. Bunt attempt by Inciarte. Nicely done by Frazier. Frazier not an easy guy to bunt on. Makes the play. 1 away, and here's Pete Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 2. He has flown out and grounded it. There's a shot back up the middle, and Maddux, a great fielding pitcher. I think he may have been able to get a glove on that to deflect it, but it still makes its way into center field for a 1-out single. So now, here's Sean Green. Green is 1 for 2. Fastball misses up high. Change up, this is down low. Two and 0. Foul ball there. Pitch number 70 from Maddux. He's been economical. Good slider there, and it's 2-2. Maddux delivers. Ball misses up high. 3-2 the count. Fields. Fastball misses up and away for ball 4. So Green draws the walk. I believe that's the first 3 passes he made. First and second, 1 down. Here's Justin Upton, who provided the only run in this ball game. His last time up, a wall scraper out of the yard to left. Braves actually have some action going in the bullpen. Kelvin Herrera and Pat Jarvis throwing. Perhaps just precautionary, but Upton goes chasing that one down in the dirt. The nub is down. 1-1. That one's scorched now by Upton, and it's 1-2. I'm Maddux thinking I'm going putter down and away. See what he decides. 1-2 pitch. A fastball down, and Upton fouls it off. Something to stretch the zone up. Maddux delivers. Slider, Upton fouls it off. Also trying to bury that two-seamer inside, see if he can get the ground ball. Goes for the slider at the knees, and Upton is locked up. Big strikeout there from Maddux, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Top of the Yep, that's a great pitch from a great pitcher. Here's Gregorius. He's 0 for 2. Maddux trying to get out of the jam. Keep this a 1-0 ball game. Gregorius is flown out and grounded out. Oh, one great deep to right field. If it's fair, it's gone. And Gregorius puts it out of the park. 3-run shot. Didi Gregorius, his 4th of the year, and the Diamondbacks have a 4-0 lead. Maddux tried to come inside with it there, didn't quite get it as far in as he wanted, and Gregorius got the pitch he was looking for and puts it out of the park. 4-0 Arizona. Just stays fair. So that's going to be it for Maddux, who had this game kind of turn on him in a hurry here in the 6th. This is a 1-0 game entering the inning. So Maddux currently in line for his first loss of the season after going 4-0 in his first 4 starts. Braves offense will try to get its way back for him. Bullpen will try to pick him up. Here's Pat Jarvis. Jarvis has had a rough go early on. 0-1, a 7.56 ERA in 5 appearances. Of course, for a reliever, that's only 8 in the 3rd inning. So ERA figures can be taken with a little bit of a grain of salt at this point in the season.
Now batting.
Here's Kelly Johnson. He's 0 for 2. Fastball is a call and strike. Jarvis gets the sign. Randall sets up away. Ball misses up high. Jarvis delivers. Fouls it off. Ball misses up and in. to second. Cuccinello has it for first, and the side is retired. But Didi Gregorius cranks a 3-run shot inside the right field foul pole to turn this from a 1-0 nail-biter to a 4-0 Diamondbacks lead as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Oh, a little flourish there. Wayne, no doubt, wants one in the ear hole for that. Here's Dale Murphy. Murphy's 1 for 2.
The center fielder, Dale Murphy.
So now the big unit has some wiggle room. He's at 90 pitches. Fastball misses inside. Murphy's hammered left-handed pitching to this point in the season. Comes that one foul. Fastball at the knees, and it goes to 1-2. Slider swung on and missed, and down goes Murphy. Again, with this, there's the main MLB The Show placard, and then there's this kind of regional broadcast setup. And I like the look of this one better, but it doesn't tell you after a strikeout how many strikeouts the pitcher has. Like the other one does. It's kind of silly. That's a nasty pitch from Johnson. Murphy doesn't have to feel bad about that. Johnson's done that to plenty of guys. Here's Tommy Holmes. He's 0 for 2. Slider misses up high. Oh, soft liner down to first. Runnels has it. There's 2 away.
The batter, number 43.
Wow, Bob Apodaca. How many relief innings did the Mets use Apodaca? He's in the ERA league. Pretty wild, actually. Here's Rico Cardi. Cardi is 1 for 2. Fly ball in the center. It's a lazy fly ball. Enciarte puts it away, and the side is retired. So 6 scoreless for Randy Johnson. We'll head to the 7th here in Atlanta. Shang, Pollock, and Byrne 2 up for the Diamondbacks. They lead it 4-0. So here's Wally Shang. Shang is 1 for 2.
Number 8.
Quite a twist of turn of fate. Shang beyond the perpetual AL West Division winner A's for 4 years. Now to come here to Arizona, where the playoff prospects are dim, to say the least. Fastball there is fouled off. Fouls that one off. It's 1-2. Jose Ramirez has joined the 100 homer club here in the FSBL. Terminally underrated, Jose Ramirez. His career is going to end up, people are going to be like, wow, he's like Hall of Fame here. Fastball misses inside. Count is full. A.J. Pollock waits on deck. Ball misses up high for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk for Wally Shang to open up the top of the 7th. Here's A.J. Pollock.
The left fielder, number 11.
Out of Texas, Rafael Palmeiro's hitting streak has reached 21 games. Rookie Kevin Brown continues to be terrific for the Rangers. There's a shot out in the right center field. That's going to be extra bases. That's going to split the gap. One hopper to the wall. Murphy retrieves it. Runner being waved around third. That's going to be an RBI double. Shang, although he doesn't run well, runs well enough to get home on that one. And A.J. Pollock, who has struggled mightily here in the early season, comes through with an RBI double. It's 5-0 Arizona. Good job there by Pollock. Here's Bobby Byrne. Byrne is 1 for 2. Big curveball there from Jarvis. Byrne swings and misses. Byrne 1 for 2. Doubled back in the third. Looper down the right field line. Acuna, that ball will hang up for him. Acuna makes the play. Runner will tag up and go to third. No shot for Acuna to make the throw there. There's one away. So here's Ender Inciarte. Let me see if the Braves have a lefty. Oh, they actually have 2 lefties. Neither of them on 1. Bedrock is tied. Correct. Sit Bedrock. 3 lefties. Let's see. How warm can you get with that? Gets the half of this meeting. Let's do it. That is right at half. 6 into it. So lefty. Again, Newcomb struggled so far, but he also hasn't pitched that much.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So we'll go with Newcomb, who's only worked 1 inning so far this year. Newcomb had despite not being greatly rated, Newcomb had a very fine season for the Braves last year. 3 straight lefties here. 1-0 game, I probably would have brought Tom House in as the lefty here. The game's blowing up a little bit. We'll let Newcomb come in and try to get to work. That ball misses down low. Fastball down low. It's 2-1. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count goes to 2-2. Oh, foul. Ball harmless. The count will stay. Currently first in the wild card race, of course. April 18th, so that doesn't really matter. Frazier going out, popped up. Nicely done by Frazier. Gets a good break there.
the batter, the first baseman, Pete.
So that'll bring up Runnels. He's 1 for 3. Single and a run scored. Into left, there's a base hit. So opposite field single for Runnels puts one through the hole, and it's 6-0 Dbacks.
The right fielder, number 15, Shaw Green.
Newcomb comes in on him, and Runnels just fights it out there through the hole into left field. So now 2 outs, man on first. Here's Shawn Green. Jake Beckley, who had spent the last 2 years stinking it up for the Pirates, traded to the White Sox and has been reborn there. He's been terrific for Chicago to this point. Fly ball to right. Acuna's camped out underneath it. Puts it away, and the side is retired. But the D-backs pick up 2 more. 7th inning stretch time in Atlanta. Braves have some work to do. It's 6-0 Arizona. Johnson at 97 pitches. We'll start the bottom of the seventh. Here's Frazier. He's 0 for 2.
The third baseman,
Frazier 0 for 6 in the series. Splitter, this is up and away. One down and away. 2-0 the count. Ball misses high. 3-0. Powell waits on deck. Fastball, hard ball, strike. Just 1 pitches so far for Johnson. High ball to left. Carrying a bit, but Pollock is underneath it, shy of the track. Puts it away for the first out.
Up next for Atlanta, the first baseman, Powell.
So here's Powell. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Ball misses up high. Look at Frank Howard. Frank Howard hitting .407 through the first 3 weeks for the Expos. Howard, who had low 30s home runs in the first year of the FSBL, steadily declined. He basically didn't even play. He was down in the minors most of year 3 and virtually all of year 4. And he ended up getting dealt to the Expos. A fairly minor trade, and now Frank Howard is hitting the coverall ball in Montreal. They know that average won't hold, but if Frank Howard can go back to being a 30-homer guy with consistency, that'll be a big help for the Expos. And the Expos did so much turnover at last year's trade deadline.
Now batting, number 1.
Kind of rearrange the deck chairs. Moved out towards right field and caught before it hits the ground by Kelly Johnson. 7 scoreless for Randy Johnson. We head to the 8th here in Atlanta. 6-0 Dbacks. And not for nothing, talking about the Expos might be the righty and 2 lefties. I'm actually going to stay in with the 2 lefties. The Expos might be the most interesting in the FSBL since it started. Remember, the Expos were the shocking division winners in year 1. And then they were a wild card team in year 2. And now they've stunk the last 2 years. So the Expos went from being the shock to the surprising team to kind of a steady decline. And now they've done so much turnover there with the deadline moves last year, dealing away Harper, dealing away Dawson, dealing away Reardon. Reardon actually came here to Arizona. There's a shot other way up there, but a nice play by Acuna, who stays with it, slicing over his head. Acuna reels it in for out number 1. Now, after that whole sale, they have Howard suddenly was brought in playing well. They've got Oscar Charleston, who's going to be so fun to watch here. The Expos can pitch. They've got Scherzer, they've got Steve Rogers. Got Strasburg. Strasburg underperformed a little bit. Javier Vasquez just drafted Dennis Martinez this year. So, I mean, the Expos have been kind of one of the more just interesting teams to follow through the 5 years of the FSBL. Gregorius, another high fly ball to right. This one he got too far out in front of him. Foul ball. Count goes to 2-1. Sometimes a change of passport can change the outlook on the game. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Frank Howard enjoying Canada. Popped up, Cuccinello steps out onto the outfield grass, puts it away for the second out.
The batter, number 1, second baseman, Kelly Johnson.
So here's Kelly Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 3. Ball at the knees for strike 1. Again, one of those, it's a cosmetic thing, but I love how the scoreboards update, keep everything current throughout the game. I just think that's such a cool touch. And again, one of those, like, it's a little thing, but it's not. But it's one of those attention to detail things that when you see like other little attention to detail thing they miss, like the uniform glitch between innings on the, on that graphic and stuff like that. Like, how do you get something
number 8
like that and miss something like that and then put so much attention to little details and other aspects? Johnson signals into center here. So the switch hitter Shang will move to the right-hand side. I don't remember Shang's splits, so let's go take a look. He's significantly worse against righty. All right, we're going to let the kid Herrera pitch. I mean, Herrera has not been great. 1 and 2, 5.40. We'll put Kelvin Herrera in the game here. So again, that Herrera has been mediocre at best. Certainly has Braves fans even more bothered by the Wally Berger trade. Herrera will come in here to try to get the last out of the 8th. Fastball misses inside. Of course, again, it's early season. He's only thrown 11 innings. Plenty of time for Herrera to right the ship. But we see that Wally Berger has been tearing the cover off the ball in Kansas City. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. Fields. Popped up. Outfield grass. Simmons goes out. He says he's got it. Puts it away. And the side is retired. So, we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. We'll see if Johnson stays in. He'll have 3 hits through 7 scoreless. Cuccinello, Acuna, and Simmons. We'll start the 8th for the Bravos. And it is still going to be Johnson. Johnson had 107 pitches.
Leading up for the Braves.
It'll be a short leash, I gotta think.
Number 15.
Fastball swung on and missed. And Maddux were locked up in a 1-0 duel into the 6th. And Didi Gregorius' 3-run homer changed that. Fly ball to right, Green's underneath it. Puts it away for the first out.
The right fielder, number 13, Ronald J.R.
Here's Ronald Acuna. He's 0 for 2. He's also walked. Put him down low again, 2-0. fouled off. Bill Lang of the Cubs, 22-game hitting. He's been a really good player for them here in the FSBL. Solid defender out in center. He's got some speed. Hit for a pretty solid average throughout. Cubs are another one of those teams with so many good offensive players who they haven't gotten yet, especially in the outfield. No Billy Williams, no Hack Wilson, no Sammy Sosa. On the infield, no Sandberg or Banks yet. Cubs fans have a lot to look forward to down the line for the Cubbies. Full count offering. Johnson to Acuna. Nub down to first. Runnels will take it to the bag himself for the second out.
Now batting, number 19.
So here's Simmons. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Fastball. In for a call. Right. End of this season, I plan on doing a pretty thorough 5-year kind of retrospective of the FSBL. For each team's history, statistical guys, and kind of a deep dive into what's gone on over the first 5 years. Kind of let people be a jumping on point before year 6. But we're a long ways away from that. We're just in April here of year 5. Head to the 9th, 6-0 D-backs. Johnson continues to just chew up the Braves here in this one. Here's Pollock. He's 1 for 3. He had an RBI double his last time.
Number 11.
Kelvin Herrera will stay in after retiring the final out of the 8th. One hopper to second. Nice play, Cuccinello. Throws to first. Cuccinello lays out. Nicely done by Tony Z. Puts it away for the first out. Oh, he read that one beautifully. That ball was hit hard. Nice play, Cuccinello. One away. Here's Bobby Byrne. Byrne is 1 for 3. Seamer. Ball to strike at the knee. Byrne had that double before, but it's largely been a black hole offensively for Arizona. Change up. This is down and away. Harry Leitenberg has joined Steve Bedrosian out in the Braves bullpen. Popped up and foul ground. One-two pitch from Herrera. Ball, laid off. Reggie Jackson just continues to just hit the snot out of the ball out and open. Herrera picked up a strikeout there, 2 away. Reggie hit his 8th for 18th, and Reggie's got 12 home runs. Just blistering the baseball out of the gates. So order turns over, 2 away here in the top of the 9th. Here's Enciarte. Fouls off the first pitch. Ender is 1 for 4. Broken bat towards third. Tough play. Frazier on the bare hand. Throw to first. Pulls Powell off the bag. He wouldn't have gotten him anyway. Infield base hit for Enciarte. The 2-out single here in the 9th. Enciarte left with kindling there. He'll need a new bat, but at least that bat died in the name of a base hit. Here's Runnels. Runnels was 2 for 4. That ball misses up high. Kevin Brown has pitched to a 0.5 ERA for his first 4 starts for the Rangers. That is how you make an impression as a rookie. And it's been sensational. Ball misses inside. That one's a call strike. Rookies playing well. Bob Feller on that strikeout leader list as well. Feller has thrown well for the Indians. That one's fouled off. Count goes to 2-2. Breaking ball doesn't break, and the count goes full. Sean Green waits on deck. Ball misses outside for ball 4.
The right fielder, number
So that'll bring up Green. He's 1 for 3. Did they warm up House? No. Don't have a lefty warm. I'm inclined to just Herrera. Rosen's tired. So sit Ben Rosen. Don't really put a tired guy in. Get House warming up. Let Herrera try to get Green, and if he doesn't get Green, then we'll get Herrera out of there. House should be warm by then. We're going to burn through the bullpen in a 6-0 game in the 9th. First pitch fastball for Herrera. Ball strike to Green. Another game left in this series. It's the middle game of a 3-game set. Saturday, April 18th of year 5 of the FSBL. Herrera ahead of Green here 0-2. Ball misses away. Deals. That. One-two pitch. In there, called strike 3. So Herrera gets Green looking, gets through the 9th unscathed. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Braves have the heart of the order coming up with a lot of work to do. 6-0 Dbacks. Murphy scheduled to lead off. Andy Johnson at 120 pitches is going to start the 9th. All right, let's make sure they have bullpen action going. And they do. So basically, I won't pull Johnson now. If Johnson lets up a base runner, though, even if the game doesn't take him out, I'll take it. Slider is a called strike. Pitch. Ball misses inside. One off. That ball down low. That ball is a called strike. Two-two pitch. Slider misses away. 3-2. Shakes off the set. 3-2 off. Murphy pulls it down. Ball there. Murphy fouls it off. 3-2 pitch. Perfect ground ball to second, right at Johnson. Throws to first, and there's one away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Tommy Holmes.
That'll bring up Tommy Holmes. Holmes is 0 for 3, lined out his last time up. Ball swung on and missed. Strike one. Call strike. It's 0-2. 130 pitches for Randy Johnson. Looking for the shutout. Fastball swung on and missed. Down goes Holmes. So the Braves are down to their final out in a dominating performance from Randy Johnson. Morning, good afternoon, good night, sir. And that extra gear left in the tank. Here's Carty. Carty has one of the Braves' 3 hits. Now he has 2 of their 4 hits. Line drive, base hit in the center for Carty. All right, with 2 outs, I'll see if the game takes him out. Try to take Randy Johnson out, 1 out away from a shutout to be a homicide on the mound. So we'll give him the opportunity here if the game doesn't yank him. He knew the deal, though. So Johnson's coming out for the final out. You can see he is not happy, but he's more frustrated with himself for allowing the hit there. 8 2/3 stellar innings from Randy Johnson. He will exit, and Brad Ziegler will try to finish this one off for the D-backs. Ziegler, no record, a 5.4 ERA in 7 appearances. So, catcher, just had his season. On his way back behind him. Here's Todd Frazier. Frazier is 0 for 3. That ball misses inside. Pitch from Frazier. Inside. It's 2-0. Rough split so far for Frazier. Ball misses up high. It's 3-0. Powell waits on deck for Atlanta. From the set. Ball's a called strike.
3 balls, 1 strike.
One pitch. Frazier fouls it off, and now the count goes full. Braves down to their final strike. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Misses down low. Sinker from Ziegler. Frazier lays off. So the Braves not dead yet. First and second, still down to their final out. Here's Boog Powell. Boog is 0 for 3. Powell acquired from the Orioles last year. Misses down low. Jose Valverde, the right-hander. Andrew Chafin, the lefty. Throwing in the D-backs bullpen just in case this gets dicey. Powell fouls it off. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Ziegler to Powell. Powell pops it up. Gregorius is out into left field. He's underneath it, puts it away. The ball game is over. And a sensational performance from Randy Johnson, and the D-backs even this 3-game set. At a game apiece, Didi Gregorius, the big 3-run homer off of Greg Maddux in the 6th. But the story of this one was Randy Johnson. Johnson improves to 3-0. Maddux takes his first loss of the season. He falls to 4-1. Here's Dale Murphy throwing out Ender Inciarte back in the first inning. That's the Justin Upton solo shot that made it 1-0. Here's the Gregorius 3-run shot and backflip. That made it 4-0. There you go. Nice getting a little webcam action from Cuccinello in the loss. There is your final out. Your final line score, 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Dbacks. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Braves. Johnson, 8 2/3, 4 hits. He struck out 7, walked 2, allowed no runs. Greg Maddux, despite the graphic, they're showing Brad Ziegler for whatever reason. Maddux, 5 2/3, 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 runs allowed, victimized by the Gregorius homer. Johnson, player of the game. Upton and Gregorius homers for Arizona. None, obviously, for the scoreless Atlanta Braves. So, that will wrap it up from here. As always, greatly appreciate you tuning in. Wayne Martz, Greg Gorecki. Clee baseball fan, our friend Tim, checking into the chat here for this one. Greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. Bang that like button if you haven't as of yet. Subscribe if you haven't as of yet. And most importantly, be good to each other. And we'll talk soon. The D-backs take down the Braves 6-0 in Atlanta.